right, so let's start. Now, this worksheet is actually not that difficult, right? Okay, so one thing I need to remind all of you, it's compulsory for you to turn on your video. Okay, you need to mute yourself, rename yourself so that we still know who you are. Then I can mark attendance accurately. Yep. Use the chat function as much as possible to do the following. If you want to ask a question, if you want to answer a question, or you want to share some feedback. If there is anything very urgent, you can raise your hand and then wait for me to ask you to unmute, unless it's like emergency. Okay, then if you need to be excused, like go for a toilet break, get some water, quickly type into the chat. Just say that I'm getting some water, I'm going to the washroom, then go. Don't wait for me to tell you, yes, you can go. Okay, please, if you need to go, you go. Just let me know so that when I see a blank screen, or let's say I see, for example, Jia Qi's one, right? I can never see Jia Qi's head, but I can see his background. Yeah, but Jia Qi, yeah, now I can see your forehead. Your camera is not really pointing at the right place. And then let's be very mindful about being nice to each other. Can we do that? It's okay that we have some chit chat once a while, but focus is still on lesson, yeah? Okay, Irene is here. I just marked her attendance. Okay, so this MCQ, I think later I will let you know there's actually an error. There's actually an error in the answer. I will let you know which one. And I will only focus more on those questions that you cannot manage. I will not be explaining too much for those questions that most of you can do very well. Like, for example, one person got it wrong. It could be a careless mistake. So I'll quickly go through, okay, and then we can focus more on the open-ended. All right, so question 1. Denzel made the following statements on how a fish breathes. So we already learned about how humans and fish breathe, right? In school, you learn this. Not something that you are unaware of or you're not familiar with, but a good recap for your exam. So statement 1, water containing dissolved oxygen enters the mouth and passes through the gills. Is that correct? You are supposed to identify the incorrect one. Is that correct? Okay, question 1, I'm not going to spend too much time. Okay, we know that that is true, right? Enters the mouth, passes through the gills. It's correct statement. I put a tick. Dissolved oxygen from the water is absorbed into the water, into the blood vessels in the mouth, not in the mouth, but in the gills. So this is the wrong one. Fish opens its mouth to release dissolved carbon dioxide in water. This is not true, okay? It doesn't open its mouth to release the dissolved carbon dioxide. What happened? Where will the dissolved carbon dioxide leave? Someone tell me quickly. Where will the dissolved carbon dioxide leave? Nobody's telling me? Shall I? Okay, yeah, correct. It passes into water passes into the mouth, right? Oxygen, dissolved oxygen goes into the blood vessels in the gills. And then from the gills, the dissolved carbon dioxide is released into the water. And the water leaves through the gill cover, right? You remember when you look at fish swimming in the fish tank, do you see that the gill cover open and close all the time? It will open and close, open and close. What's the purpose? Water goes into the mouth. It has to leave through the gill cover when it opens up. Can? So write down somewhere. Okay, water will leave the fish through the gill cover. And that water contains a lot of dissolved carbon dioxide. Write down. Gill cover. Yeah, you all wrote down gill. Yeah, but actually it's the gill cover. Forgot about this term, right? But you now can recall your teacher did mention gill cover, yes or no? You saw the fish, right? Yeah. So today, after the lesson, if you have time, go and look at the fresh fish, or you can look at the live fish. If you have a fish tank, that would be great. If you don't have, go to the supermarket and look at the fish. Yeah. Okay, so the next one, dissolved carbon dioxide is carried by the blood, okay, from different parts of the fish body to the gills. And that's correct because it needs to be released. Carbon dioxide needs to be released from the gills, okay, into the water. Water leaves via the gill cover. So answer is C, right? Answer is C. Yeah. Question 2, diagram represents the human circulatory system. So we know that the heart has a part to play. The lungs is very important. Then there's other parts of the body. This we know how to draw. We have gone through it before. Okay, so when the blood flows from the lungs into the heart, this blood carry a lot of oxygen. Okay, so there's more oxygen. Okay, and very little carbon dioxide. Can I write carbon dioxide as CO2? So it's easier. You all know that it's CO2, right? Do you all know or not? You know, right? But in your exam, you cannot write CO2, Yes, Wayla say, no. Yeah. So mistake is representing CO2. Anyway, you're going to use CO2 once you go to Sec 1. Okay? So these represents carbon dioxide. And do you know what is water? We call this the chemical formula. For carbon dioxide is CO2. What is water? Anybody knows? Water. Yes, smart children. Okay, so water is actually H2O. This represents water. So you're learning something, right, today? What about oxygen gas? Oxygen gas. Ramus, you said something. Oxygen gas is O2. And the 2 is written right at the bottom. This is oxygen gas. Now, so the blood that travels from the lungs to the heart, okay, at the heart, right, the heart will pump this blood with also a lot of oxygen to other parts of the body. Okay, and then when it leaves other parts of the body, there will be more carbon dioxide. More carbon dioxide and lesser oxygen. You know this, right? So same thing, this blood that reaches the heart will then pump the blood back to the lungs so that carbon dioxide can be released and then more oxygen can be taken in. Need to know how the blood flows. Need to know how the blood flows. Okay, and then what kind of blood is it carrying? Is it blood with more oxygen or less oxygen? More carbon dioxide or less carbon dioxide? Please be clear about this. Write this down somewhere if you cannot recall. Now, so what is our answer here? Okay, question 2 is quite an issue. I think quite a number of you actually got this wrong. Quite a number of you, let me see. Okay, answer is actually C, right? The blood at A, okay, is richer because we are looking for incorrect statement. Unless you are not reading correctly, you would have identified wrongly also. We are looking for incorrect statement. So this is incorrect. The blood at D, so in blood at D has more carbon dioxide. Okay, this is correct statement. Then next one, the heart pumps blood to only other parts of the body. Not true. It also pumps blood to the lungs. Okay, so also to the lungs. Write down. If you have gotten this wrong, write down. It also pumps blood to the lungs. Gaseous exchange takes place in both the heart and the lungs. Not true. Not at the heart, only at the lungs. So you have your answer already. Okay, A, C, and D. These statements are not correct. Any questions so far? Yep, Tati, that's right. Any questions so far? No question, right? Good. So let's go on. Okay, question 3. This for circuit. Let me see question 3. Question 3. No issue. Only one person. I think it was an accident probably or careless mistake. In the 4 circuits, all the bulbs and batteries are new and identical. Which of the following two bulbs have the same brightness? Okay, you can answer this question. You actually chose B and C. Well done. Okay, B and C. Now, so you see two batteries here, lighting up two light bulbs in a series arrangement. So effectively, they share, right? They share the current. Yeah, you can go, Jiaqi. Thank you so much, Jiaqi, for telling me. Okay, so effectively they share, then the brightness will be the same. Do you know you can check this, children? How do you check this? What did Miss Tay tell you before? How do you check this? Where do you go to check this? Where do you go to check this? I mean, of course, you can set up your own circuit. Other than that, yes, Irene, you remember. Thank you so much. So you go to this particular application, PHET, do the setup yourself, okay? Connect the wires and the batteries and the light bulb on your own. Then you can see that, oh, yeah, B and C are the correct answers. Okay? Colleen, you also have it there. Just C also. Good thing that you all remember. Your teacher must have used this in school, for sure. This is well known. Okay, question 4. Question 4 is marked wrongly. Right? Question 4 is marked wrongly. The answer is actually D. Okay, answer is actually D. So those of you who have gotten it marked wrong when you chose D, take note, this is actually correct. So bulb A will be the brightest because there are two batteries here lighting it up. Okay, so for bulb E is brighter than C. Yep, E will be brighter than C, and you can definitely check using FET again. Do your own, okay, connection of the wires, the batteries, as well as the light bulbs. Okay, you will be able to see. Then E and F, because they are in series, right? And then there are two batteries, you will have the same brightness. Then B, C, D, say, since they are in the same circuit, they also have the same brightness. So all the statements here are correct. Ken, any question here? No. Okay, question 5. Paul set up an experiment to find out whether the size of battery affects the brightness of the bulbs in an electric circuit. Which of the following variables must Paul keep constant to conduct a fair test? Now, keywords here, fair test. What is a fair test? Someone tell me, what is a fair test? Let's see who can give me the right answer. Who can give me the right answer? What is a fair test?
One change variable.
One change variable. Who said that? Who said that? Put out your hand. Because I have so many faces here. Josiah. Good job there, Josiah. Yes, it's true. Okay, it's true. Yep. So you are right. There must be one change variable only. So whenever they talk about fair test, in your answer, you must mention, okay, a fair test consists of only one change variable. That's the first thing you start off with. If it is open-ended, clear? Must write that. Okay, so yes, you see, I have so many of you typing in. Wailer says only one variable is changed, only one variable changed. Jing Long say, then Raymond say a test that changes only one variable. Okay, Colleen says when there is only one change variable. Ziying also say one change variable. You all know, wonderful. I'm happy to know that. Correct. So when you want to conduct a fair test, you must have only one change variable. So one change variable. Are you able to identify what is the variable to be changed in this experiment? What is the variable to be changed in this experiment? Okay, I see answers coming in. Good job there. Yeah. What is the one to be changed here? If you can identify this, you are good. Okay. All right. Yeah, I give you some time to type. Some of you are still typing. Yeah, wow, Vinuli, you are making a statement here. Big fonts.